Hello all. In this lecture we will see about CASE or computer aided software engineering tools. So computer aided software engineering is a generic term used to denote any form of automated support for software engineering. So it can be any tool that is used to automate some activity that is associated with software development. So there are many cases. So it can be any phase tools. For example, if we are using some tools for specification or for structured analysis or for design, coding, testing, everywhere we might be using some tools to automate the process. Then those tools are known as computer aided software engineering tools. Or in some cases, there may be some non phase activities like project management, configuration management. All these management things are non phase activities. So, if we are using some tools for that, then those tools are known as computer aided software engineering tools. So why do we go for this case tool is first thing is to increase the productivity. So if we use case tools, then automatically the productivity of the company of the organization will increase, and also it is helps to produce better quality software at lower cost. So we can lower the cost and also we can produce quality software. So this is a general case environment, computer-aided software engineering environment. So here we have a central repository. So this is actually a common framework for any type of case tools that can be used. So this is a central repository that we have. So all the data information, so all the things that are shared by all these things will be shared in this central repository, and this is shared by all the things. So there can be different kind of case environment support. So we there may be tools to support coding activities. There may be tools to support project management facilities, like or we have seen this cost estimation. All these comes under all those risk management. All these are management things. So if we have tools, then it may be supported by in the case tool. Then there might be tools for prototyping. Then there might be configuration management facilities, structured diagram facilities, query and reports facilities, transfer facilities in different formats, then structured analysis facilities. If you want to generate different kinds of document, for there might be tools in case. Then also for consistency and completeness analysis to see whether the software is complete. So there might be tools for that also. So these are the different. This is a general working environment for case. So we have different kinds of automated tools that are available to support or aid software engineering or software development process. So next we will see some of the benefits of using this case tools. So there are several benefits when we use a case tool. Okay, so we will see some of the benefits. First one is cost saving through all development phases. So we can save the cost if we use a case environment. So studies show that we can reduce the effort by about 30 to 40 percentage effort reduction is there if we use this case tool. So cost saving will be there, and reduction in effort for development will also be there if we use some case tools. Then we can produce, there will be a software will be of good quality. There will be improvements to quality if we use this case tools. This is because we can iterate through the different phases of software development, and the chances of human error are considerably reduced because we are using tools to do all these activities, so that human intervention is less. So human error can be considerably reduced. Then third benefit is there will be high quality and consistent documents. So if we are using case tools, we can have good quality documents, and also it will be consistent. That is, when we are sharing a central repository, then when there is a central repository, so if we are trying to design from something from the SRS, then all the data will be taken from the SRS, that central repository. Or if we are trying to code, everything will be taken from the central repository. So there will be consistency among these documents. Then it also reduces the software engineer's work, because a lot of things can be automated. For example, we have already seen how to balance these data flow diagrams and all. So if you're using tools, it will automatically see that all the data flow diagrams are balanced. Like that, many of the features that we have to take care of can be incorporated in the automated tools. So it reduces software engineers work. Then another advantage is it will reduce the software maintenance effort and cost also, because since we are using all these case tools and all, there will be traceability and consistency check will be there in the case environment. So what happens is we will be developing good quality software which is free of bugs and all. So it automatically saves maintenance efforts also. Then another advantage is there will be a structured and orderly approach for the organizations. Since we are using some tools, there it will give an structured and orderly approach for the organization as a whole. So these are some of the benefits of case. Next, we will see some of the tools that are available in case. So there's tool for prototyping support. Prototyping. So to do prototyping and all, we have already seen in certain softwares we need to develop a working prototype so that it can be shown to the customer. So case supports this prototyping. So if we can develop prototypes using this case tools, so the things, the features that should be there for a particular case tool is, first one is that tool, that prototyping support should define user interaction. Then it should define the system control flow, and it should store and retrieve data required by the system, then incorporate some processing logic also. So these are some of the features that should be there inside the case tool. And there can be other features also that can be incorporated. So these are some of the important features, and there can be other additional features that could be incorporated, that is GUI. So we should, the prototyping case tool should be able to develop a GUI prototype. So in certain cases, if you are developing some app, so we should be able to develop that prototype of that app or the GUI of that app. So there should be tools to support that GUI. Then it should integrate with the data dictionary of a case environment. Then if possible, it should integrate with external user defined modules. If it is written in some other languages or high level programming languages, all these scales tools would integrate with those external user defined modules. Then it should define the sequence of states through which this prototype can run. So it should be, the user should be allowed to control that running prototype and all. Then there should be a mock-up run of that system. The user should be able to view the mock-up run of the actual system using this prototyping tool. So these are some of the features that should be there in the prototyping case tool. Next, another type of tool that will be required is structured analysis and design support. So it should support this one or more structured analysis and design techniques. So there are many SADT. So SAD techniques are there. So it should support the case tool, at least it should support at least one or more than one structured analysis and design techniques should be incorporated in the case tool. and it should support this drawing analysis and design diagrams. Then it should support easy navigation through the different levels and through different analysis and uh, design and analysis diagrams also. Then completeness and consistency checking should be provided in that tool. So it should see whether everything, we should be able to check the completeness of a particular thing, and also we should be able to check whether that there's consistency among different items and all. So all these should be supported in the case environment. Then there are code generation tools also. So you have already designed using UML and all. So you have used Boy UML or Umberlo, Plant UML and all. So you have already seen, if you have drawn all those diagrams and all. And finally, after drawing, designing everything, you can simply generate that code. So if you generate that code, you will get a skeleton. So it should support generation of module skeletons or templates in one or more programming languages. If you check those Umberlo or Rational Rose or those kind of softwares, support different programming languages, different object-oriented programming languages. You can simply generate code in different object-oriented programming languages. So that code generation support is there in most of the case tools. Then it should generate record structures, class definition automatically from the data dictionary in all the programming languages. Then it should generate database tables. If it is a relational database management system, all the database tables should be generated after we design this. Then it should generate code for user interface from prototype definition. So if we have defined the prototype and all, we it should be able to generate that Windows system. So if it is a Windows based system, it should be able to generate that. Tool should be able to generate this Windows and all. Then there are tools for test case generation, case tools. So it should support this design and requirement testing. Then it should generate this test set reports in some format if we require that, or what all test cases should be there. All those test set reports should be generated in this tool. So this is all about the different tools that are available in case. Then other characteristics that is supported by this case tool is hardware and environmental requirements. So it should support all kinds of hardwares and all kinds of environmental requirements. So if you are using networking system, or if you are using uh, some kind of heterogeneous network system, even if you are using such kind of system also, this case tool support should be there. So our tools should support different maximum possible number of users working simultaneously on a single tool. So it should have, our case tool should have max multi windowing environment for the users. Maybe hundreds of users can work in a single case environment, then it will be much better. So nowadays, all this testing, everything is done using automated tools. So automatically the system will generate these test cases and all. You can simply run the system. Then documentation support. So there are different kinds of documents that are need to be generated, like text. It may be textual documents or diagrammatic documents. So case tools should support this. So if we are using case, then we will get the up-to-date documentation of the thing. So that is the advantages of using this case tool. Then project management support should be there if we want to collect, store, analyze information about some software project process, like if we want to estimate the task duration or schedule or completion date, results of the review, all these things should be supported in a case. Then external interfaces. So if we want to interface with external environment, if we want to have to integrate some other parts of the thing, if we want to incorporate some other external modules, then that external interface should also be supported in a case. Then reverse engineering. So we have already seen what is the reverse engineering and all. So there should be tools to generate reverse engineering, to do this reverse engineering, to generate design from code, or to generate this requirements SRS document from design. Like that, all this reverse engineering should be supported by case tool. Then data dictionary interface should be there. So there should be interface should this should provide view and update access to all the entities and the relations stored in it. So we should be able to visualize all the cross reference. Everything should be visualized in the case environment. So these are some of the characteristics. So this is a architecture of case environment. Before going into that, we can have different kinds of advanced tools, like intelligent diagramming supporting tools are there in most of the casings. Then integration with implementation environment is there if we want to integrate both design and implementation. Then there are data dictionary standards that are incorporated in case tools. Then there are customization supports are also included in this case tools. So there are different kinds of case tools that can be used by people now. So now software development is much more easier. Most of the people go for this component based engineering and all. So all the case tools will support this component based engineering also. You can search for some components if you want to develop a software. You need not write the code for everything. We will learn about software reusability and all. So case tools also support this reusability and all. So next we'll see architecture of a case environment. So this is a diagrammatic representation of a case environment. We have the user interface, the all the tool sets, and we have an object management system, and there is a central repository that is used. So this is the general characteristics. The user interface. First is the user interface. It provides a framework for accessing the different tools for the user. So it will be a GUI and it will be very easy to use. We should provide a good interface so that any of the tools can be accessed by the user. Then we have a object management system, OMS, and a repository is there. So we want to provide different entities like specification, design, plan, all these things. So it should object management system should support all these kind of objects. So it interacts with the central repository to give the user a view of the system. All these things will be done by the object management system. So this is the general architecture for a case tool. So that's all about case tool. Thank you.